A very warm welcome to stakeholders validation for the Mandarin Chinese Language and Culture Level 5. The Kenyatta University Confucius Institute undertook a 9-step model in developing the competency-based curriculum for this particular level. This was evolved from conducting the training assessment, carrying out the occupational analysis, developing the occupational standard, drafting the competency-based curriculum, evaluation, validation, developing the assessment tool, seeking the approval, and piloting of this curriculum. So far, the Institute has been able to undertake Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, and Step 5 with the guidance and support from the industry sectors that are practicing Mandarin Chinese language and culture. Today, you are hereby requested to assist the Institute and the industry experts in validating the Mandarin Chinese Language and Culture Level 5. To be able to start off this particular process, then the Institute, through the university management, was able to seek for the approval from the TVET and Vocational Education and Training Authority to be able to develop the curriculum and occupational standard with the support for the industry experts. Based on this particular approval, then the Institute has been able to undertake the following key steps. 1. Undertaking the job profile for the Kenya National Framework Level 5 expert worker. And therefore, for the Mandarin Chinese Language and Culture Level 5, here it's to the level of the craft person, and this is a level slightly below the level of the diploma being the level 6, and the bachelor's degrees being level 7. And therefore, the focus in today's validation curriculum, we are looking at a level of an expert worker who is slightly below the level 6 diploma, what we refer to as craft person or KNQF level 5. The minimum number of the training hours at this level will be 1,200 to a maximum of 2,400, making a minimum of 1 year in school and a maximum of 2 years in school. In order to undertake the occupational analysis, the Confucius Institute Curriculum experts to be able to undertake the occupational analysis, then the Confucius Institute to be able to undertake the occupational analysis, then several visits took place to the industry experts and the private sectors who are practicing Chinese language and culture. One of the stop shop was Tamarid Language Services, where the curriculum developers had an opportunity to have a brainstorming discussion with the employers and expert workers at the center to be able to find out what is expected of a Mandarin Chinese language and culture expert worker at a level 5. In addition to visiting the private sector, other important stakeholders are schools, and therefore a visit to the many schools, discussion with head teachers, discussion with the teachers and the students to be able to understand the context at school and the need for the Mandarin Chinese language and culture in schools. Several visits has taken place. This is a key example of a visit to Kamudada Boarding Primary and Junior School in Embu County. Based on the various discussions, visits, and discussion with the private sector and the industry experts, then the Institute Curriculum Development Team was able to undertake occupational analysis in terms of developing a DECAM chart and a task analysis chart. The DECAM chart involved coming up with the duties and the tasks. The duties were converted to the unit of the competencies, which later on formed the unit of learning or the course units, while the tasks formed the elements in the occupational standards, and finally the learning outcome in the curriculum. What shall the Mandarin Chinese Language and Culture Level 5 do? This was a guiding question in the industry sector, and the 7 key units of competencies were found out. Apply Chinese listening and speaking, read Mandarin Chinese language, perform Chinese culture, apply pre-departure orientation to China, perform Chinese English translation, apply business Chinese language, perform Chinese English interpretation. Opportunity in my compound. We say the 7 key competencies also find fit in most of the sectors that we visited. To be able to draft the competency-based curriculum for Mandarin Chinese language and culture for level 5, the curriculum experts then sat together and they were able to transform the DECAM chart, task analysis charts, the occupational standard into the training standard, which formed the basis of the curriculum. And out of this, 2 common units were found necessary to support the acquisition of the core unit of competency, and 6 basic units so that we can be able to make a holistic worker in a Mandarin Chinese language. And therefore, the unit of competency here forms the unit of learning, which are the course unit for this. And therefore, as we submit our curriculum with 6 units of learning, 2 units of common units of learning, and 7 units of the core units of learning, we hereby submit the DECAM chart, occupational standard, and the competency-based curriculum for Mandarin Chinese language and culture level 5. In the course of doing the stakeholders validation, we'll be having 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1, you need to look at the 3 documents guided by the course overview that has been provided to find out whether there are competencies that you find missing. Are the units of learning comprehensive? Are the learning outcomes well structured? And probably you need to be able to give us what needs to be added to make this particular course meet the current and the future market needs. This will be done through the online tool. And finally, a virtual discussion to be held on 8th August 2023 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. where you'll have an opportunity to come and share in a plenary your finding and the best way to improve on this document. The link for the meeting will be shared in your respective email, and thank you.